I got my breasts done, I actually thought that my body was perfect. And so I went to these hood clubs, and it's just like, damn, why this ugly ass monkey face bitch making more money than me just because she got an ass? Now I gotta buy me one.
You calling black women roaches?
Meanwhile,
my issue with the heat.
Black girl tragic. And it's black bitches that do it the most. And I don't give a fuck if y'all mad at me using that fucking hashtag.
That's offensive.
Go and sit down.
Hi guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Crystal, and in today's video I wanted to give my opinion about the whole Cardi B Nicki Minaj feud that's been going on these past few days. Obviously it's very clear that these two women don't like each other, that they don't get along, they're never going to get along. It started to get really dark and deep and messy because Nicki was talking about Cardi B's daughters, Cardi is talking about Nicki's sons. It got really, really ugly and deep and dark, and obviously I don't condone any, I don't think that the children should have been brought into it. But also JT got involved as well. She was going at Cardi. Santana doesn't get along with JT now, so he was going back and forth with JT. Hennessy was obviously looking out for her sister Cardi, so obviously she got involved, started arguing with JT as well on Twitter. Ice Spice put a laughing emoji, and then obviously in a couple of hours later, a video, a voice note got released of Cardi B going arguing with Ice Spice's manager. And obviously in that video, in that voice note, she was saying that she was going to beat up Ice Spice, and also said that she was going to get Riot. So Riot is Ice Spice's producer and I think her boyfriend as well. So she was saying that she was going to get her goons or whatever beat up Riot. In that voice note, she can be heard saying that she's not pussy as loud. She's not like Lato, she's not a pussy. She's gonna pull up on Ice Spice. So that's what I mean. That's what I took it as. But obviously, it's still not nice to call someone a pussy. So yeah, that was very embarrassing. Also, a couple of days before that, Lato had done a remix. So I think Cardi B, on Cardi B's album, there's a song called Every Time. And in that song, there's a verse in one Cardi B says, "I'm a bad yellow bitch, looking like Lato or something." And so obviously Lato hopped onto the remix and gave Cardi a verse, and that was gaining traction. So it's weird that in a couple of days later, a voice note gets released, and obviously Cardi is calling Lato a pussy. So yeah, Cardi has since apologized to Lato. It's up to Lato if she wants to accept that apology. But yeah, it's crazy that behind the scenes, this is what people think of you. So obviously that's how Lato got dragged into it. But obviously she hasn't said anything. Doechii also ended up getting brought into it. She also hasn't said anything. She didn't say anything. But Santana was going back and forth with JT, and then Santana decided to do I think it's called Twitter Space, where he just talk, do a voice note. And Santana said that JT doesn't like Doechii, so which is crazy because Doechii, and it's weird because Cardi B actually came out and said and apologized to Lato and addressed it, but it's weird because it's JT never addressed what Santana said about Doechii. So that was crazy. So I'm which makes me feel maybe it might be true. But it's weird, obviously I'm a big fan of Doechii. I love her music. She's my favorite rap girl right now. Everything that Doechii drops, I'm there. I'm her big fan. I really like Doechii's music. And I really like seeing a dark-skinned woman really just, obviously she's very talented. But yeah, just really dominating and doing the damn thing. And I was really happy when she won that Grammy. So I really I'm a fan of Doechii, and I really want to see her career progress. But it's really weird because this is the second time that this has happened with Doechii. She literally does her music and minds her business, drinks her water, and I feel a lot of the rap the rap girlies always seem to have her name, have her name in their mouths. This is the second time. Now it happened at first with Ice Spice. So Ice Spice was tweeting, was messaging. Obviously her best friend called Baby Storm came out and released some text messages, and in those messages, Ice Spice could be seen saying that Doechii complains about colorism too much or something on the hands of that. And it was weird because it's first of all, Ice Spice, you literally not even like, I don't want to say album to album, but like Ice Spice could not write a single bar which could go against anything that Doechii's ever written. Also with JT as well, like Santana saying that like JT doesn't like Doechii.
It's always you picking on Tana. Now put that shit with the hoes that you really don't like. Whole time you ain't like Cardi. Whole time you was scared to unfollow her. Unfollow the girl. You don't fuck with her. You don't like Cardi. You don't like Nicki. You don't like Glorilla. You don't like Doechii, and she carried your motherfucking career last year. You don't like nobody around you, bitch. All because the number one person in your life that you love don't like you, hoe.
JT should be grateful because Doechii had her on Alter Ego. So the song Alter Ego was Doechii's song, and JT had a verse on that song, and it's done so well. But it's weird that like I feel like a lot of these rap girlies almost are not just threatened by Doechii because of her talent, but they're almost like, this is the second time that I've seen somebody say something like on like one of these rap girls say something about Doechii, which is weird. But yeah, back to what like this video is about. I really want to like explore like especially a few days ago Nicki Minaj was tweeting about black women and was saying that like she doesn't understand why black women are supporting Cardi B, because Cardi B has called black women roaches, she's called black women monkeys.
Like after I got my breasts done, I actually thought that my body was perfect. And so I went to these hood clubs and it's just like, damn, why this ugly ass monkey face bitch making more money than me just because she got an ass? Now I gotta buy me one.
And yeah, she doesn't understand why, black women were supporting Cardi B. And which is obviously it's just truth. Like Cardi has called black women monkeys, she's called them roaches. But I feel like Nicki shouldn't be talking because Nicki's also said problematic things about black women as well. She's been colorist to black women. So it's like, Nicki, you're not really the one to, like, you can't talk. Like you can't say anything. But also, I feel like some black women like Cardi's music, but I feel like some black women are supporting Cardi because this is not Nicki's first time like going at somebody on Twitter. Like every month, like Nicki's going at somebody. If it's not Megan, if it's not SZA, like last time she went at SZA for no reason. So it's like, I feel like people are tired of Nicki's antics. So I feel like anybody who Nicki argues with on Twitter, the general public are bound to support the other person. Because Nicki does this all the time. Obviously, like Cardi, when we look at her track record, whenever she always goes back and forth with black women, she always compares them to some sort of animal, like either a roach or a monkey. I think she said that like she called a black woman's son a monkey, and like said that like that's what he gets, like she's the reason why he passed away or something like that. It's weird because like whenever Cardi B is beefing with lighter skinned women, she doesn't really compare them to animals. Like when she was beefing with Bia, I didn't really see her compare Bia to an animal. She didn't call Bia a roach or a monkey. I mean, she went in on her, but yeah, she didn't really call. So I find that very, very interesting. Like when it comes to Cardi B, like whenever she's beefing with women who are lighter skinned or like the same skin tone as her, is never really they're a monkey. Like I'd give her like, I'd understand if she was like, oh, you call everybody monkeys, but it's like not really. Like whenever it's a dark skinned black woman, it's like, oh, to compare them to any animal. But like whenever it's like a light skinned woman, it's like, oh, they're broke, they don't have as much Birkins as I do. Like it's always like, I find that very, very interesting. Also, when she was beefing with Nicki, Nicki called Culture, who's Cardi B's daughter, like a monkey and a roach. And I feel like it was obviously definitely that's horrible. Nicki shouldn't have done that. Cardi's daughters, Culture and Blossom, are much darker in skin tone to Cardi B. I find it very interesting. I don't want to know, like I don't want to be a fly on the wall on like what her distant family relatives or even like what her community thinks about her children. They're very, don't get me wrong, I feel like they're very beautiful and like all her children are beautiful. They always looked like got their hair done, like very, very beautiful, cute children. But it's like, yeah, like it's very, I find it very interesting that like your children are also going to probably face colorism from your own community. And it's like, I wonder what your thought process is going to be like. And also like obviously Hennessy going back and forth with JT. I think Hennessy called JT jealous. And I think she could have obviously meant it in like, because obviously the way JT was acting was very jealous, because I think she was gloating on Nicki's stats. She was like, oh, you still haven't outsold Nicki, you still not outsold like Red Ruby or something. And people were like, stop using Nicki stats against Cardi B. Like, you haven't sold near enough records as Cardi. You haven't reached like, you haven't done Cardi's numbers. So I don't really know why you're like talking about numbers. And so I think that's probably what Hennessy meant. But then obviously JT tweeted like, oh, it's funny, like it's exactly like a Spanish girl to think that a black girl is jealous, and try to use almost that dog whistle to be like, hey, here we have a preference, or here we have a Spanish exotic woman like trying to think that like a black girl is jealous of her. And then obviously it was like I'm glad that people were tweeting at JT her comments that she's made about black women and her comments that she's made about like Haitians. Her and Carisha, I don't know what the issue is with Haitians. At one point, they were literally tweeting crazy things about Haitians. So I don't really know what that was about. I feel like when it comes to like skin tone, obviously JT is not the darkest black woman on earth. Like, there's darker women than her. So I feel like that's what she meant in her tweet when she said, oh, not too crispy. She meant like, oh, the other black women who are darker than me are crispy. But like, oh, black women like who are brown skin are milky, they're cuter, right? And it's weird because it's like, oh, so if you were given privilege, like if you were given that privilege, or you benefited from colorism and had lighter skin, you too will be oppressing dark skinned women. So it's very weird, and it's weird like the way JT operates, because she's not really like, when colorism affects her, she's like, oh, like how dare Hennessy, a Spanish woman, claim that I'm being jealous of her. It's because she thinks that all black girls are jealous of her. It's because she thinks that she's up here and we're down here. But then it's like, you two have said, oh no, you two have said colorist things. And obviously like Nicki, she obviously calling Cardi B's daughter a roach and calling them monkeys and stuff like that also was colorist. I don't really care if she was trying to use Cardi B's like, colorism to try, and I think that's what she was trying to do. She was trying to like say like, oh, Cardi B, you've called black women roaches, you've called them monkeys. So by default, since your daughters are darker than you, that makes them roaches, that makes them monkeys. It doesn't matter. Nicki shouldn't have said that. I don't agree with that. I find it really very interesting with Nicki because it's like she leans into blackness when it benefits her. So it's like when it's weird like seeing her do the mathematics, because it's like when she's beefing with Cardi B, who's a Spanish woman, she's quick to say that, oh, you're not, oh, like, yeah, she's quick to say to Cardi, like, Cardi's not black. She's not black. I don't know why black women are supporting Cardi. She's not black. And, you guys are attacking me, the black woman, meanwhile, you're supporting this Spanish woman, right? Then when she's beefing with Megan Thee Stallion, she can't use anti-blackness. Like, she can't say that Megan isn't black because Megan is black. In fact, Megan is more blacker than her by like, if we're really measuring it. And so like when she was beefing with Megan, she was calling Megan Bigfoot, and she was calling like she was using Megan's size as like almost like an insult to say like, oh, Megan's Bigfoot. Also that like when she was doing the AI artwork for like her diss track against Megan, she used Bigfoot, like saying that like Megan has big feet, Megan is bigger, like almost masculinizing Megan. And then like she had like dainty feet, I'm guessing. And then also like what was really, because obviously I feel like also some of the barbs on Twitter, they're not black people at all, so they're very racist. Like I feel like they hide behind Nicki and multiple avatars, but from what I've been seeing, like they've been exposing a lot of the barbs on Twitter, and they are like literally white men. And like it's one thing supporting Nicki, but whenever they're going at Megan, like I know that like when Nicki and Megan were like, well, not Nicki and Megan, because obviously Megan wasn't really giving Nicki any energy, but like when Nicki was like going on that rant on Megan, and obviously when Nicki premiered the Bigfoot like song, like diss track that she was releasing against Megan, Nicki like a lot of the barbs were making AI images of Megan as Bigfoot and as like almost like a monkey and like masculinizing her, which I feel like was very like, especially when it came out that some of these barb pages were run by white men, it was very, very like disturbing. And obviously here Nicki was like engaging in it, like laughing at these like AI pictures of like Bigfoot, like calling Megan all sorts of like Bigfoot and stuff like that. Whenever it's like Cardi B, she's always like, oh my gosh, look, I'm being attacked as a black woman. And it's weird to see that everybody against me, the black woman.
And that's the problem with so many black women and women, period. Oh, because she's not black. Because she refers to you black women. Oh, we got the receipts for that too. FYI, she refers to black women as monkeys and roaches. Roaches!
Just glad I fixed myself up before she got this show. Just glad I fixed myself up.
To freedom! These are the women. These are the women going hard for her. The roaches. When the lights come out, they scrambling. The roaches, child. We roaches. Black women's is roaches now, child.
Be clear.
We roaches. Be clear.
Be clear.
But then when it's Megan, it's all of a sudden it's like, oh, like she doesn't use her blackness because she knows that won't work. You know, the movement which is called Black Girl Magic, which was, you know, celebrating black women and their achievement. She was using the term black girl tragic.
My issue with the heat.
Black girl tragic. And it's black bitches that do it the most. And I don't give a fuck if y'all mad at me using that fucking hashtag.
That's offensive. The hashtag.
I have no clue. I just want to let the world know that Onika Tanya Mirage would never, has never, and will never speak ill of anyone's child. I am not a clown. That's clown shit. And what is the other thing that's clown shit is telling the world that someone said something just so that you don't feel fucking dumb for looking dumb, for doing dumb shit.
Imagine that.
She also called Lil Kim a monkey, or I think a chimpanzee, in the song as well. So Nicki really isn't the one to talk. She's also just as anti-black herself. Also, like in terms of Santana, Saucy Santana, his old tweets have surfaced of him comparing. I've already done a video about this quite a while ago. Him comparing North to Blue Ivy, saying that he prefers North, saying that Blue Ivy's hair is nappy. So once again, and it's weird because obviously North is biracial, and for us, like Blue Ivy is black, and so him like also leaning into like pitting a biracial girl against like a black girl and like coming for her hair texture. Obviously, so Saucy Santana, I don't really think he makes great music. I don't really understand why he has a career, but hey, like people seem to support him, I guess. Caricia's also like tweeted like things about Haitian people as well. And then all of a sudden when people were dragging her about P. Diddy, she was all of a sudden being like, oh, protect black women. I'm seeing people dragging me, protect black women. But when it's like, you've also come for black people as well, like you're not the one to talk. Ice Spice, her messages that were leaked by her best friend, Baby Storm, showed her talking about Doechii. She said that like Doechii, almost like she was almost insinuating that, because obviously Doechii has talked about colorism quite a lot. And like, side note about Doechii, I hate how like so many people are, especially because like some people have just arrived. Like I've loved Doechii like for a while back, and I know that like Doechii is someone, she's very experimental with her music. She's not like a one size fits all cookie cutter. She is a little bit like Doja Cat. Like she's very like, if I've done a certain type of project, I want to do this, I want to do that. Like she's very experimental. She almost like does music that she wants to do. But whereas like some of her peers, like as quiet as it's kept, like Ice Spice does the same music, or because she's got a fat ass and she looks a certain type of way, or she's like, people love her. Like Lato, I can't lie, like Lato makes the same song all time after time. But whereas she's allowed to do that and people gag for it. But whereas when it's funny because it's like some people have just arrived, like you lot who all of a sudden like Doechii, you've just come what she's doing. Alligator bites never heal. But it's like some of us that have been here, like we know that Doechii is experimental. Like with the whole like seeing so many people like try to come at her and like was saying that the song Anxiety was trash. And it's up for me. I think Anxiety was a nice song. If you don't like it, you don't like it. But it's like, and you don't have to like every single song. But it's weird that like people were saying that like she fell off or were quick to write Doechii off because they didn't like one song. Bear in mind, Anxiety has been there for a while. Like it went viral on TikTok, and people were like, oh, we wanna hear it, like we wanna release it. So she actually went back into the studio and released Anxiety. Like she didn't do it just because she wanted to be like, people on TikTok were asking for it and it was blowing up on TikTok. And then the people who were one-dimensional, alligator bites never heal fans were like, oh my gosh, what's this? Also, I feel like that's why it's like, from what I've seen on Spotify, it's being streamed well, like people like it. But I think it's like the TikTok fam, like the people who get it and are supporting anxiety. If you don't like it, then carry on listening to alligator bites never heal. But I feel like that's why we need someone like Doechii who's gonna challenge it, like, you know, gonna make music and is gonna be revolutionary and not make the same old song, rapping about her vagina, rapping about how fat her ass is, and like, you know, we're sick and tired of it. Like, if you like one-dimensional music, listen to your Latos, listen to your Ice Spices, who are not going to do anything different and are going to keep giving you the same old song, remastered time and time again. Like, leave Doechii to the ones who do get it. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, back to Ice Spice. So obviously Ice Spice it came out on Twitter, her best friend, Baby Storm, and they were messaging. Obviously Ice Spice said like, Doechii complains too much about colorism and that she's a chosen dark skin. I don't know what the fuck that means, but I think she was almost saying that like Doechii needs to be grateful that she, you know, even has a career, that like, you know, at the end of the day, she's dark skinned. Like, according to the status quo of colorism, Doechii shouldn't be a thing. Ice Spice and her friendship, the whole situation that went on with Cleo Trapper. So obviously Ice Spice and Cleo Trapper, well, Cleo came out saying that like Ice Spice was a bad friend and that when Cleo went on tour with Ice Spice, she, you know, chicken salad gate, like she wasn't even fed well, like didn't give her a hotel room, didn't look after her.
Me and Ice did not grow up together. That is not my childhood friend. I met her 2 years ago. Before she blew up, I was very supportive of her. Before she even blew up, I was somebody that genuinely liked her. I was like, this girl is so cute. I seen her video on my Explore. She didn't even drop her viral song yet. And I was so supportive of her. Now, anyways, I'm just going to tell the story because you guys deserve to know. You guys deserve to know why we are not friends anymore, because a lot of y'all loved us being together. You guys do deserve to know why we're not friends. Y'all do deserve to know who y'all are so obsessed with. Y'all love her so much. Y'all deserve to know who that girl is as an actual human being. She's like, no, I want you to perform. And I gagged. You want me to perform? She ain't never, ever brought me out on stage. I was like, oh, wait. Okay. Like, I guess this girl, and in my head, this is what I'm thinking. I'm like, I guess she's really trying to make up for that fake shit that got exposed like a month ago. Like, she's really trying to, like, you know, be an actual friend, because that shit was weird as fuck. And I checked her about that shit. And even for her to apologize was like pulling teeth. Like, girl, you got caught calling your friend jealous for no fucking reason. And her excuse was that I didn't speak up when I was asked if she was Nigerian. Like, girl, I met you a month before that video. I didn't even know you was Nigerian. So that was kind of weird to me too, that she was upset at me for not knowing if she was Nigerian. And she said that you could have at least said I was black. Like, girl, I didn't even know you. Am I your PR? Am I supposed to be clearing up every time somebody's asking about you being black or Nigerian? Like, that's not my role. And I don't even know you. And I don't even know you. So I was so confused with her ex-best friend exposing her for calling like just about everybody jealous. That was kind of like sick too, because why do you think everybody's jealous of you? She literally tried to link me being jealous of her with that interview of me not knowing if she was Nigerian. And I'm just like, girl, are you crazy? And she never said that she felt the way. And it was just like, I didn't even know that she was mad at me. She's just in messages talking about me. So she tells me, like, I think everybody's jealous of me. Don't take offense to it. I say that about everybody. I'd say that everybody's jealous of me. I even say that about my mom. Like, that's kind of sick. Like, even the thing after her best friend exposing her, it was like, oh, like, let's go to the basketball game. Come with me to this basketball game. I'm thinking, like, oh, she just wanted me to come with her to a basketball game. Like, maybe she's trying to make it up. I don't know why I kept thinking like she was trying to make it up for being, like, caught being fake. But it was just, like, even the basketball game, it was, like, one day later, she's, like, dropping a song. It's, like, every time she's, like, inviting me out, because we never chilled on some, like, chill shit, bro. Like, it was never, like, just some chill. It was always, like, in the blogs the next day, and the song is dropping too. So it was like, what? This girl kind of uses me for her rollouts. So I'm just like, okay. When the tour thing came out, I'm like, oh, she's actually trying to like give me something now. Like, okay. She's trying to make it up. She's trying to be an actual good friend. I made a flyer announcing that I was going to be coming on tour with her. It did not even get reposted. It didn't even get a comment or like, and she was tagged in it. The bill, it didn't even have my name on it. Like, just about nobody knew I was coming on tour. It was like a special guest. Like, she didn't even like shine any sort of like her own light on me. It was like kind of like all me. Like, I want my fans to come out. Like, she didn't really try to like mesh me in with her actual fan base or try to like put her fan base onto me. Very calculated, you know?
And I almost feel like when I look at like Cleo's and Ice Spice's like friendship, even though like Cleo has said that they weren't friends, it was very like almost like Ice Spice used her almost like as like a token black friend. And almost I feel like that's also what Ice Spice did with Baby Storm, because I feel like it was it's like almost like, oh well, if I want to tap into like and have like black women as fans, I need to like have a black friend or a dark skinned black friend. So it's like, oh, look at this light skinned girl who's willing to be friends with a dark skinned black woman. But whereas like Ice Spice wasn't actually like, she didn't, especially I think even Baby Storm is an artist herself. Like she's made music, but I think like Baby Storm makes like very alt, like I think it like almost rock, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't like her and Ice Spice don't really make the same. Like Baby Storm is not a rapper, that's what I'm trying to say. But like Cleo Trapper is, and like Ice Spice wasn't really trying to invest in her career, like trying to be a genuine friend. She was almost like, oh, especially because also Cleo was Nigerian and Ice Spice for a while. I still don't think Ice Spice is black, even though she keeps saying my dad is Nigerian, my dad is black. She tried to use that as like a one up to Cardi B, and like I think she tweeted to Cardi B one time that like, oh Cardi, like my dad is black, unlike yours. But then like I've seen like Ice Spice's parents, and it's like I don't see the Nigerian. Like I think she'd been better off saying that her dad was African American, because that does not look like a Nigerian man to me. So therefore I'm not buying the lie that like Ice Spice is a black, because she's not. But anyway, whatever floats you guys' boat. But yeah, so I feel like that's also why she used Cleo, because I think Cleo is Nigerian, so she tried to like, almost like use Cleo to like as a, I don't know what the word is, but it's like almost as a way to like solidify her blackness. Like, on if I get this Nigerian but like black dark skin friend, it almost like gives me the black, like gives me like the badge of like blackness. Like,
yeah, this is my assistant and my hairstylist and my best friend and my pet fucking orangutan.
This is my chia pet, so it's all good.
You said I'm almost done? I can't tell.
You're almost done. Stop playing.
No, I can't tell.
You're almost done.
This what you call almost done?
You're almost done. Stop
Your
playing.
pussy is well done.
and also like Falato as well. Like I think a couple of years ago it came out I don't know whether she was on Instagram Live or she was just making a random video on Instagram, but she said that like her black friend who was also her assistant, I think, she said that her vagina looked like well done steak and called her an orangutan, which is crazy and very colorist, but also insane. Like, what do you mean vagina look like what? But anyway, but yeah, so obviously there was an uproar. People, like some black women were like, this is crazy. Like, why would you say that? Why would you compare your black friend to a monkey and say that her vagina and say that her vagina looked like well done steak? But then also like there were some black women who were like, oh, she's clearly joking, or I joke around like that, which is insane. Like, by the way, okay, but if you joke around like that, that's fine. But yeah, like people were making excuses, and I was like, okay, imagine if like it's weird because like people as a community, like colorism is so downplayed, and I feel like the reason why it's downplayed is because you would have to hold members of the black community accountable. Like racism, it's all fun and games being like, oh, this is what this white person's doing, this is what like the white community is doing. But like with colorism, it's like, you're holding like certain people accountable in their own community, which is why like so many times like colorism is not taken seriously, because people don't want to, like the black community doesn't want to face its own demons. And I feel like imagine if this was Kylie Jenner and freaking like Justine Skye, and Kylie Jenner was on Instagram, like Instagram Live or on an Instagram video saying, "Oh my gosh, this is my best friend Justine Skye. She looks like an orangutan, and her vagina looks like water on steak." The black community would literally set Kylie Jenner on fire. Like they would literally come out, or like imagine if like I think Khloe Kardashian, like her best friend, like Malika, one of them, like I feel like people would have come at them because like how dare this white girl say this about her black friend. And I know that people would have drugged Justine Skye as well. They were like, Justine Skye as a black woman have some racial pride. Like why would you sit there and allow, this white woman Kylie Jenner to say that? So it's weird how like people are since allowed Lato to get away with it and not really allow her to get away with it. But it's like whenever black women bring it up, it's like we're shut down and we're told get over it, like it's clearly a joke. And it's like, okay, that's fine. But all I know is if this was a different, like if this was a white woman saying this, you lot would not have found this funny. You would not have, said, "Oh, get over it." Like you would have flamed this person, and that's fine. But it's fine. We see the hypocrisy, and we know that colorism clearly is not it's almost like color. I'm not gonna say that colorism isn't a problem, but it's like you pick and choose who can get away with saying colorist things. But that's fine. Obviously, these women can't help how they look. They can't help, being light skinned. But it's one thing like benefiting and being like, hey, like this is how the industry is like, and I'm gonna make all my money. I reap the benefits and reap the success. But it's also one thing being like trying to fake being an ally.
Black women sticking up for Cardi B will just never sit right with me. I don't care what y'all say. Because you are not going to convince me that somebody that has them to say
artists that are dark skinned, they don't get the deals that I get. You want to know why? Because they just don't know how to market themselves. They're just not smart enough.
Like when I was making like writing the notes for this video, I was like, okay, I think of Doja Cat and I think of Beyonce, right? At different spectrums, right? I think Doja Cat is very like, and once again, when I say Doja Cat and Beyonce, these two women are very, very talented. They are they're both of them talented, amazing performers, can write, amazing writers, amazing musicians, and especially in the like in the eyes of like Beyonce, is an amazing vocalist, an amazing singer, right? So I'm not saying that like the reason why they're talented is simply because they're light skinned. That's not what I'm saying. I feel like these women are very, very talented, right? But with Doja Cat, she understands like this industry is colorist, right? And I have the phenotype that's beneficial. But I make my music and I go home. Like Doja Cat is not sitting there on TV shows, radio shows talking about, oh my gosh, like colorism. I'm trying to be an ally, blah, 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 trying to be performative. That's not what Doja Cat is on. She literally does her music, does some weird stuff every now and then, and she goes away, right? And or not goes away, but like minds her business, right? And then you have Beyonce, who understands, right, okay, I've got some privilege as well, like being like lighter skin, looking this way, but I am an ally. Like, and whenever Beyonce, and she understands that like getting to the top, like you even look at like Cowboy Carter, like when she did the song Blackbirds and bringing black women who were not really listened to and were not really especially they were also, these women were country artists, but they weren't really given the notoriety, and they weren't really given the success and the attention that they deserved. And Beyonce was like, listen, as someone who has the privilege and who has a success, I can bring these people up and lift them up with me. And I feel like that's what Beyonce is known for. She understands like this is what I'm privileged at, but also this is where I can actually be an ally and support marginalized groups of people. And I feel like that's how it's done. Like you either one or the other, which isn't bad. Like just take your privilege and shut up, or like actually be a good ally. But I feel like you have like Nicki, and especially who's very much like, oh my gosh, black women. Look how Cardi B is, being colorist and doing this to you, but then you're not necessarily an ally. And every chance that you get, you also talk down on black women.
Y'all notice how when she was attacking Cardi B's kids, she was only talking about her daughters? Like she didn't say anything about her son. Like it was just, your daughters are ugly, they're roaches, they look like monkeys, like all of you, F culture. Like she was hyper fixated on Cardi B's daughters. The fact that she was just so like culture in every tweet. Like that was very, very, very weird.
Yeah, so I feel like it's very concerning. Even like back to Nicki, like seeing the way she's talking about black women, like I feel like if it was out of love, if it was really like I actually do care about black women and I'm hurt that black women are supporting Cardi B, because she said she called black women roaches, she's called them monkeys. It would have the critique would have come out of a place of love and out of like actual genuineness. I can't like I'm gonna try and put as much like tweets and as much videos as I can in here, but like Nicki is actually like retweeting like barbs, especially the racist barbs that are calling black women coons and are like calling black women like literal slurs for supporting Cardi B. And it's like, so if you actually cared about black women, you wouldn't do that. For me personally, like as I've said, I've literally just been watching from the sidelines, watching all of them, tear each other apart. It's weird because it's like they try and promote like or they try and act like they all get along here and there. Because it's even funny because I think like Nicki, one of the barbs said to Nicki like, please post a picture with JT to get back on Santana, and Nicki was like, I ain't posting shit. Like, and it goes to show that like none of these girls get along. Like the whole Lato and Cardi B thing. This is how this person feels about you behind closed doors. So yeah, it's like this whole rap film industry is just a mess. It's very catty. I don't know why, but I just refuse to support like groups and like a bunch of women who don't like my phenotype. I don't like the way I look. Like I would be a fool to put money in a Cardi B's pockets or a Lato's pockets or whatever it is. Like, I mean, it's up to you if you want to. I know there's probably going to be someone commenting like, oh, I'm a dark skin woman and I support Lato. Okay, that's fine. That's your money. That's up to you. But don't shame the rest of us who aren't, with the abuse, aren't with the, if somebody publicly says, this is how I feel about you, that's how I'm going to take it. I found it really ironic that like a lot of these women have come out and are trying to be the saviors of black women when it's like you're literally just using like almost like doing it as a dog whistle and like hoping that like black women come out and be your attack dogs when it's like you actually haven't ever been nice to black women or supported black women. So this is my opinion about the whole Nicki Cardi saga that's been going on these past few days, including like JT, Santana, Hennessy, Ice Spice, and like their their involvement in this as well. So let me know what you guys think as well. Let me know your opinions. If you've reached this part of the video, I really like to thank you. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch my video. I really appreciate it. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you want to, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye guys.